everyone, my name is Naomi Tappan and I'm the independent Epicure consultant behind Tappan's Table with Epicure. Today I'm going to be helping you do some tips and tricks with the 90-day challenge and the 3-day reset. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to jump right into is the protein preparation. So on this aluminum baking pan and bacon roll silicone mat, I have the chicken breast with onions and mushrooms, and I'm going to take the tuxedo pepper blend and just give it a few grinds here, just enough to season it lightly. And I'm going to take our roast chicken spice and our 4-in-1 spoon that fits nicely into all our jars here, and just sprinkle it onto the chicken. You can season it as much or as little as you like. Okay, and now that's ready to go in the oven. The next thing I have here is a piece of salmon fillet, and I'm going to put a little bit of sea salt on with the grinder. Again, this is just personal seasoning. If you like to do low salt or low sodium, you could omit the salt. And we're going to take our lemon pepper, and again, you can put as much or as little as you'd like. I like a lot of this. I think it's really yummy on the salmon. There we go. Now these are ready to go in the oven. Also on the stove here I have the multi-purpose pot. I've got 2 cups of water inside. You can see it does have the measurements on the side here as well as the spout. And the cover has the nice drain on it. We're going to bring that 2 cups of water to a boil, and we're going to add quinoa. Quinoa, once your water comes to a boil, you pour the box in, you stir it, let it simmer for 15 minutes, very similar to cooking rice. Once the 15 minutes is up, you can take the cover off and just move it around with your fork. Next, we're going to come over here to the island. I've got a lot going on over here. So I've done a few things ahead of time. So in the small steamer, I've got some asparagus, mushrooms, and onions cut up. In the medium steamers, I have some cauliflower and some broccoli cut up. You can buy this pre-cut. It makes it a lot easier. You just dump it in. The other thing that I've done over here is I have some mixed greens. So that's 1 scoop of each mixed green in the containers here. Just for time in the video, I've gone ahead and done that before. So these are mostly going to be veggie prep for lunches. I like to make suppers each night. I personally don't prep supper. I like to do that when I come home and have a nice hot cooked, fresh cooked meal for the family on the table. But if you're trying to time save or really plan ahead, that is something that you can do. So I'm going to jump right into it. The first thing that I'm going to do is take our turmeric black pepper and just sprinkle a little bit onto the asparagus and mushrooms and onions. Okay, now that's done. We put the cover on. We can put this in the microwave 4 minutes and that's done. That would be cooked. For the cauliflower, I'm going to take a little bit of the broccoli bliss and just sprinkle a little bit on. This is a nice way to add the broccoli if you have somebody in the family who might not like broccoli. It does give a slight broccoli flavor without having that texture of broccoli that some people don't like. This is also a great source of B12, as it is a food yeast sprinkle. Okay, so in the microwave, 6 minutes, that's done. The broccoli, I don't add a lot to it. I do sometimes add a little salt and pepper once it's steamed. And So again, in the microwave, 6 minutes, that's done. Okay. Now moving on to our salads. I've gone ahead and cut up some onions, some mushrooms, peppers, and I've got some fruit here as well. Blueberries, strawberries, and some tangerines. And we're going to take the mandolin and a cucumber and just cut this up really quickly. I don't like to prep cucumber too early ahead because it does go bad quicker when you cut it up. So you want to cucumber 2 or 3 days in the fridge after it's been cut. And I do recommend that you use the guard because this mandolin is very sharp. Okay, and you see this is the piece that the guard was in, so it still gets down there pretty thin. Okay, so for the 2-day or 3-day reset, you want 1 cup of greens in your salad. They recommend spinach or greens. Use our greens. If you're at the grocery store and you're wondering, how many greens do I need? The average green size is this size. This does 4 dishes, so that's 4 meals. So if you're looking to do it the week, you're going to need 2 this size. Okay, so the next thing is you want to take your veggie cup and fill it with different veggies that you want in your salad. You can make it your own. If you don't like peppers, switch it up for something that you do like. So I'm going to toss some red onion in there. Some mushrooms. I like a little bit of tomato in mine. Okay. So that's 1 meal done. Just as simple as that. Of course, you'd put your protein and your fatty, or you can do salad dressing. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. I personally, for this type of salad, like a little bit of feta. And then I would normally put either a little bit of Epicure dressing on this, or a little bit of red wine vinegar is really good on that as well. Okay, now that's a traditional salad. When you think of salad, that's something that you think of. You think of veggies, typically onions, peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes, that kind of thing. Don't get stuck in a traditional salad. Something that I like to do for my salads is strawberries, some mandarins, a little bit of red onion, now I'd either add 1 scoop of almonds or cashews to that. I don't put it in when I'm doing the meal prep because sometimes they get a little soggy, and I like them to have that crunch like a crouton. And again, I add feta to this. So that's an example of a couple of different salads that you can do, and some sides. I wanted to show you real quick on breakfast as well. So I've got 1 cup of yogurt and 1 cup of spinach. And I threw a little bit of blueberries in there just because they didn't fit in my dish. I'm taking a little bit, I usually put a teaspoon in, of summer berry. Again, you can put as much or as little as you want in there. I find that that's enough. And again, green cup veggies. You can use fresh or frozen. I have fresh today, so we're going to throw that in, but normally I do frozen in smoothies. Okay. And I'm not going to fill this cup as full because I did throw a couple of blueberries in that didn't fit in my prep dish. Okay. Now something to keep in mind when you're filling up your smoothie cups, if you have smoothie cups, to do that is you want to leave enough room for your mixer part to go down in. I didn't do that the first time and it overflowed. Okay. I usually prep these 2 at a time because my blender came with 2 mixing cups. But you can do as many or as little as you want. Sometimes I'll put them in baggies or in containers and have them ready to go into the mixing cups once they're washed. So there's a few really quick tips on how to prep for your 3-day reset. I hope to see you in the kitchen.